Welcome to all agriculture enthusiasts. Farmers rely heavily on road transportation to bring livestock to food processing plants, with trucks being the primary mode of transport. Every year, millions of animals are transported by road, often traveling hundreds of miles from farms to processing plants. These specialized trucks have multi-level trailers, capable of carrying between 30 to 50 animals per trip, depending on the size of the livestock and the distance traveled. You will often see convoys of livestock trucks lined up on highways, heading toward large food processing centers. In some rural areas of Europe, farmers also use ships and ferries to transport livestock to processing plants. Every year, approximately 1.5 million animals are transported by water, covering long distances to large-scale food processing plants. A single ship can carry up to 18,000 cattle, requiring a professional operational system and drivers to ensure safety throughout the journey. Please like the video, because you're about to witness something amazing, from the cattle on the ship to the perfectly packaged meat products in the modern food processing plant. When the cattle arrive at the modern plant, they are carefully handled and prepared for the processing stages. Advanced machinery plays a key role in turning livestock into high-quality beef products. Plants typically invest between $10 to $20 million in cutting-edge equipment, such as robotic animal carcass cutters, automated bone filtration systems, and laser portioning machines. These machines ensure precise cuts, speed up the processing, and allow each plant to process up to 3,000 cattle per day. The beef is then sorted, filtered, and packaged into various products such as fresh meat, ground beef, and export goods. Thanks to modern technology, productivity has increased by up to 40%, minimizing manual labor and ensuring consistent quality. These precise machines also help reduce waste, maximizing the use of every part of the animal. After separating the hide from the meat production process, the fresh cow hide is sent to the tanning area to be transformed into premium leather. Each year, a factory can process more than 100,000 hides. Workers inspect and clean each hide, removing fat, hair, and dirt. First, the hide is soaked in a salt solution for 12 to 24 hours to preserve it. Then comes the softening process, which makes the hide easier to handle, followed by stretching it with a machine to achieve an even thickness, typically around 4 to 6 millimeters. Next, the hide is soaked in a tanning solution for 24 to 48 hours to enhance its durability and flexibility. After the tanning process, the leather is dyed, dried, and polished. Once this meticulous process is completed, the raw cow hide is transformed into smooth, glossy leather sheets, ready for use in high-end applications. This entire process ensures that nothing is wasted, maximizing the value of each animal. The tanned leather is used to make famous products like luxurious leather jackets, high-end shoes, durable wallets, and iconic leather furniture. These products are especially popular in the United States, Europe, and Asia, where tanned leather symbolizes style and durability. Each year, the global leather industry produces over 23 billion square feet of leather, the majority of which is cow hide, with Italy and China leading in production. Cow-hide leather products are loved for their long-lasting durability, but users should remember to regularly clean and condition the leather to maintain its appearance and softness. Although leather products are very popular, the leather industry is not necessarily modern, but still highly traditional. However, the demand remains strong. In the world of fashion and interior design, nothing can surpass the timeless appeal of cow hide. Are you ready to wear a leather jacket or relax on a cow hide leather sofa? If so, leave a comment with the number 2. So how do farmers in developed countries build high-end livestock farms to produce high-quality cattle for both meat and leather? They start by investing in large grazing areas and implementing sustainable farming practices to ensure the quality of the cattle herd. In the United States, farms are expanding their grazing areas, with many facilities now managing over 5,000 acres of pasture. The reason many farms focus on large grazing areas instead of restricted farming is simple. Grass-fed cattle produce higher quality meat, with better marbling and healthier fat, while also providing more attractive leather for the tanning industry. Studies show that cattle raised on open pastures produce leather that is 30% higher in quality, along with leaner and more flavorful meat. On large farms, cattle are free to roam, graze on natural grass, and live in a less stressful environment, which helps them stay healthier. Overall, natural grazing combined with modern animal care methods helps farms maintain a stable supply of premium meat and leather, allowing them to uphold their position in the global market. We cannot deny the achievements that the agricultural industry has brought to the economies of nations. However, many challenges and difficulties are increasing in the context of inflation and growing consumer demands. Want to hear our views on this issue? Subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next videos. Did you know that corn is a versatile grain? It comes in many different colors and is a rich source of nutrients with a moderate glycemic index. It provides sustained energy without raising blood sugar levels. Corn is high in carbohydrates and fiber, which helps improve digestive health and promotes a feeling of fullness. Additionally, corn contains many essential vitamins and minerals, such as manganese, phosphorus, and potassium, offering overall health benefits. The antioxidants in corn, especially carotenoids like lutein and zeaxanthin, support eye health. Want to know how corn is grown? If you'd like to learn more, leave a comment with the number 1 below this video. For these reasons, many farms focus on growing and developing corn into a leading industry. Iowa is the state with the largest corn growing area in the U.S., covering over 5 million hectares, equivalent to about 12.35 million acres. It is renowned for its average annual yield of more than 28 million tons, accounting for about 25% of the total corn production in the U.S. Farms in Iowa use a variety of advanced technologies to grow and harvest corn, including automated machinery, efficient irrigation systems, and precision farming methods. Additionally, there is a transportation system in place to help move the corn to processing plants and consumer markets. The corn industry plays a crucial role in the state's economy, generating numerous jobs and income for the people of Iowa. Farmers begin preparing the soil for corn planting by crushing old crop residues. This helps create nutrients in the topsoil for the seeds to germinate. Next, they use a plow combined with a roller to loosen the soil and incorporate the residues, promoting decomposition and improving the soil's water retention and aeration. In addition, after plowing, the soil can be used as a mold to cover the crop residues once again, preparing the land for planting. Near the planting time, the soil is thoroughly plowed to facilitate the planting process. Corn is planted in moist soil to ensure the seeds germinate quickly. What makes this farm special is that they grow different varieties of corn to ensure a continuous supply of sweet corn. The two most popular sweet corn varieties, SV90 and Tense, are provided by Syngenta. The planting process uses high-quality corn planting machines to press the soil around the seeds while creating space for the seeds to germinate. In addition, farmers also use a new method with machinery to cover the soil with biodegradable plastic, creating a greenhouse effect that helps accelerate the germination and growth process of corn plants. Corn requires a lot of water, especially during the growing and seeding stages. The irrigation process for corn includes watering the seeds to help them germinate, watering evenly during the leaf development stage, corn growth, and seedling stages, while adjusting the amount of water accordingly. Modern irrigation systems on the farm include sprinkler systems, high-capacity water guns, and automatic irrigation systems, depending on the planted area and water source. Before entering the corn harvest season, don't forget to share this video with 5 other people to receive good news about your health. Currently, the farm uses modern machinery for corn harvesting. This process involves several meticulous steps. First, the field is prepared by removing obstacles like rocks and tree branches to ensure smooth operation. The corn harvester is then carefully adjusted, considering factors such as the height of the corn stalks and the size of the corn kernels. Once set up, the machine moves across the field, efficiently cutting and separating the corn from the stalks. Then, the husks are removed. The corn kernels are collected and transported to storage or directly onto trucks for further processing. Continuous monitoring of the machinery throughout the process is crucial to ensure they operate optimally. Although efficient, the use of corn harvesters also has limitations. The initial investment can be quite large and is often suitable for larger farms. Therefore, farmers need to carefully assess factors such as farm size and limited budget. Have you ever seen farmers harvesting corn? If so, leave a comment with the number 2. If not, leave the number 0. When the corn is received, the raw material undergoes initial processing steps in the factory. The corn is transferred through a vibratory receiving conveyor to remove unwanted impurities. It is then lifted using a 50 degrees elevator to facilitate a smooth transition to the next stage of processing. Once elevated, the corn is transferred onto a distribution conveyor to ensure even distribution along the production line. From there, it moves through a metering conveyor to regulate the amount of corn fed into the husking machine. After husking, the corn passes through a dust and nub eliminator system to remove any remaining undesirable parts. It is then moved to a sorting table for further selection and sorting of suitable corn clusters. After sorting, the corn will undergo a cob sawing process to separate the kernels from the cob. Then the corn is transferred onto a flat conveyor for further processing. Next, the corn goes through a rotary scalping system to remove any remaining undesirable kernels. Finally, the remaining components are moved to a waste conveyor for disposal. Do you know how many corn recipes there are? Corn can be prepared in many different ways to maximize its nutritional benefits. Boiling corn helps retain water-soluble vitamins, while baking or roasting enhances its natural sweetness. Steaming corn preserves the texture and color of the kernels while minimizing nutrient loss. In addition, corn can be used in a variety of dishes, from salads and soups to casseroles and stir-fries. It can also be ground into flour to make tortillas, cornbread, or polenta, providing a gluten-free alternative to wheat-based products. Popcorn, made from popped corn kernels, is a healthy and satisfying snack that's high in fiber and low in calories. Overall, corn adds versatility to meal planning and culinary traditions around the world. If you found this information helpful, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on valuable knowledge. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment so we know your thoughts and are motivated to create even more high-quality content. Thank you for watching the video. Are you facing any issues with livestock farming? Feel free to share your thoughts and questions with us. We're always ready to answer. If you enjoyed our video, please like, share, subscribe, and recommend our channel to your friends so they can watch too. Hello everyone. Venison production in New Zealand exceeds 45 million kilograms annually, with over 90% of it being exported to Europe and North America. Compared to other types of meat, venison can contain up to 50% less fat, making it an ideal choice for those following a healthy diet. China is the world's leading producer of deer antlers, supplying over 70% of global demand, equivalent to more than 10 million kilograms annually. These figures are not only impressive, but also highlight a rapidly growing and promising industry. But what makes venison such a unique choice? And how does deer farming and processing differ from other livestock industries? Leave a comment with the number 1 to explore the answer now. In the deer farming industry, selecting the right deer breed is considered the foundation that determines both meat quality and economic efficiency. Worldwide, there are 3 main deer breeds that are widely raised: red deer, white-tailed deer, and Sika deer. Red deer, a symbol of the vast grasslands in Europe and New Zealand, stands out for its large size, high meat yield, and exceptional adaptability to harsh natural conditions. An adult red deer in New Zealand can weigh up to 330 pounds, which is equivalent to the weight of a small piano. The white-tailed deer, primarily raised in the U.S., is known for its strong reproductive capabilities and good cold tolerance. Deer herds on farms in Minnesota have a winter survival rate of up to 95%, which is double the normal survival rate. A female deer can give birth to an average of 2 to 3 offspring each year, contributing to the rapid growth of the herd. Meanwhile, the Sika deer breed is popular in Japan and China due to the superior quality of its antlers. The velvet from this breed is not only smoother and shinier but also contains 20% more nutrients than that of red deer, making it the top choice in the pharmaceutical industry. Caring for a herd of deer requires continuous effort and meticulous attention from farmers in New Zealand. The farmers dedicate at least 4 hours each day to check on and care for the herd. Every morning, farmers begin by checking the quality of fresh grass before cutting and transporting it from the pastures to the pens. The grass for the deer must be cut to an ideal length of 8 to 10 inches. Short enough to be easy to chew, but still retaining the necessary nutrients for the deer's sensitive digestive system. An adult deer typically consumes between 9 to 11 elves of fresh grass daily, equivalent to the weight of a standard bowling ball. In addition to fresh grass, farmers also supplement with hay, grains, and minerals, such as calcium and phosphorus, to promote healthy bone and antler growth. Along with providing nutritious food, maintaining clean and safe enclosures plays a crucial role in reducing veterinary costs, potentially saving up to 20% when living conditions are well managed. Every morning, farmers clean the manure and disinfect the enclosures to maintain a hygienic environment. Weekly, farmers carefully inspect the fences, repairing or replacing damaged sections to protect the deer from wildlife or environmental hazards. Space allocation is also a key factor in ensuring the health and productivity of the deer. On farms in Wisconsin, USA, each deer is allocated 1,600 to 2,500 square feet of space, equivalent to the size of a small basketball court. However, in China, where land costs are higher, this space often shrinks to about 1,300 square feet per deer, requiring farmers to optimize space management effectively. To ensure the quality of antlers and venison meets customer requirements, the process follows strict standards set by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, ensuring both hygiene and humane harvesting. Here's how deer are processed in a U.S. processing facility. First, the deer are skinned and completely de-haired. Then the carcass is divided into saleable cuts. A mature deer can yield an average of 60 to 80 pounds of clean meat, enough to make 3 to 4 medium-sized burgers. Deer hides are the second byproduct obtained from this processing line. In New Zealand, one of the leading countries in deer farming, the annual production and export of venison reaches 16.5 million, equivalent to the weight of about 1,000 small trucks. This accounts for approximately 20% of the global market, solidifying the country's position in the production and processing of venison. If venison harvesting focuses on maximizing yield and production, the process of antler harvesting requires a high level of professionalism. First, farmers use anesthetics to keep the deer in a safe position without causing excessive stress. Then, the antlers are carefully removed using specialized tools, ensuring that the animal experiences no pain or damage to the developing antler tissue. Finally, the deer are returned to the farm to continue living. Immediately after harvesting, the antlers are moved to cold storage to preserve their freshness. In New Zealand, antlers are harvested and packaged within 2 hours to ensure the highest quality for premium export markets. Antler harvesting typically occurs in the spring, the ideal time when they reach a length of 10 to 12 inches, equivalent to the size of a standard bottle of wine. An adult deer can produce an average of 2 to 3 elves of antlers per year, bringing in an income of 400 to 600 USD in the international market. This amount is roughly equivalent to the weekly operational costs of a small farm, highlighting the special economic value of this product. China leads the world in antler production, accounting for more than 70% of the global supply, with the majority of production coming from large farms in Heilongjiang province. Every harvest season, thousands of pounds of antlers are collected, enough to supply pharmaceutical and dietary supplement manufacturers worldwide. Harvesting is just the first step. Antler processing factories typically dry and package the antlers for export, primarily to China, South Korea, and Japan. The global export value of antlers now exceeds 1 billion USD annually, with China responsible for 70% of the global production. With venison, it is rapidly frozen at -40 degrees Fahrenheit to preserve its freshness, ensuring the meat maintains its quality for up to 12 months. In Canada, a modern processing facility can handle over 5,000 deer annually, providing enough meat to produce 16 million burgers. Their deep freezing technology ensures the products meet export standards to over 50 countries, with the largest markets being Europe and North America. So, why is venison considered superior to beef? Venison contains up to 50% less fat and has a higher protein content, making it an ideal choice for those pursuing a healthy lifestyle. A 3.5-ounce serving of venison provides about 26 grams of protein, while only containing 2 grams of fat, which is significantly lower than chicken or pork. This combination of low fat and high protein makes venison a favorite among health-conscious consumers worldwide. The venison processing process worldwide showcases a unique blend of tradition, innovation, and market-specific adaptations. In Europe, venison is deeply rooted in culinary traditions, often featured in French-style stews or German-style roasts. In the United States, venison has become a staple in gourmet burgers, favored by clean-eating enthusiasts. Many fine dining restaurants have also embraced venison in creative dishes, such as venison carpaccio steak with red wine sauce or venison sushi. In New Zealand, venison plays an important role in festive occasions, with smoked venison being a specialty dish during holidays. The country also leads in sustainable development, with deer farms recycling byproducts such as bones and hides into pet food and organic fertilizers, significantly reducing waste. In Asia, venison serves dual purposes, both as a delicacy and as a functional food. In China, venison is often combined with herbs and stews, believed to have rejuvenating effects on the body. In Vietnam, venison is prepared in signature dishes such as hot pot and grilled skewers, especially popular during festivals and family gatherings. In Canada, venison has carved out a niche in the artisanal food industry, with products like venison salami and sausages becoming increasingly popular. These dishes are often paired with local wines and cheeses, creating a distinct Canadian culinary experience. Whether focused on artisanal processing, sustainability, or medicinal uses, each region's approach highlights the versatility and global appeal of venison, transforming this prized meat into a symbol of innovation in agriculture and gastronomy. Texas is not only vast in size but also the largest agricultural producer in the United States, producing major commodities such as beef, goat meat, cotton, peanuts, cabbage, and lettuce. To put it into perspective, Texas has more agricultural land than the state of California, with over 127 million acres, about 51.3 million hectares, nearly three-quarters of which is dedicated to crops and livestock. Each year, this enormous agricultural economy contributes over $24 billion to the U.S. economy and supports over 500,000 jobs. What truly sets Texas agriculture apart is its exceptional efficiency, achieved through advanced technology, while still preserving the long-standing traditions that shape the culture of the American West. The cowboys of Texas are the soul of the state's agriculture, embodying the tough spirit of Texas. They typically ride horseback and travel 10 to 15 miles a day, equivalent to about 16 to 24 kilometers, while managing vast herds of cattle, rounding up strays, and protecting them from predators. Each ranch has its own brand, a symbol burned into the cattle's hide using a heated iron during the branding season. Texas ranches have maintained this tradition since the mid-19th century. However, as the scale of operations continues to grow, one key element has been added to maintain efficiency. Helicopters have now become a part of the daily routine on large farms. One of the major challenges at King Ranch, one of the largest ranches in Texas, is gathering over 35,000 head of cattle across more than 825,000 acres, or approximately 333,000 hectares. Managing such a vast area is no easy task. While cowboys on horseback and trucks move cattle from the ground, low-flying helicopters also assist in herding cattle from the sky. This creates an intriguing blend of innovation and tradition, continuing the legacy of Texas and the American West from the late 19th century. If Texas were a country, its beef industry would rank in the top 10 globally. Currently, Texas contributes about 15% of the U.S. beef supply. With a cattle population twice as large as that of Oklahoma, the second largest beef producer in the country. As of January 2024, the state has a total cattle population of 12 million, including over 4.1 million beef cattle. When people think of Texas, they often think of beef, but did you know that the state is also the largest goat producer in the U.S.? In fact, Texas has over 820,000 goats and produces more goat meat than all other states combined. Most of this production comes from the Edwards Plateau, a region with rocky hills that are perfect for raising healthy goats. Goat meat is typically sold when the goats are 3 to 5 months old, weighing between 50 and 70 pounds, equivalent to about 22.7 to 31.8 kilograms. Over the past decade, the price of goat meat has skyrocketed from an average of $2 per pound to $4 per pound today, which is about $880 per kilogram. This industry is booming, particularly due to the increasing demand for lean protein. Each week, 10,000 to 12,000 goats are processed at federally inspected facilities, with thousands more handled at local butcher shops. Compared to California, which is primarily focused on dairy production, Texas has carved out a niche market for goat products. When it comes to goat milk, Texas ranks third in the nation with 27,900 goats, producing 3 to 5 million pounds of milk annually. Goat milk is cleaner and has a higher nutritional content than cow's milk, which is why it fetches a higher price, ranging from 20 cents to 50 cents per pound. Now, we will head to the peanut fields in the high plains in South Texas, where more than 385 million pounds of peanuts are produced each year, ranking second in the nation, just behind Georgia. The peanut harvest process is fascinating, as farmers use specialized diggers to pull entire peanut plants from the ground, then flip them upside down so they can dry under the sun. This machine can dig up to 14 acres of land per day. About a week later, harvesters collect the peanuts, separating them from the plants with incredible efficiency. Reports estimate that each farm here produces enough peanuts annually to fill 50 million jars of peanut butter. The Rio Grande Valley in Texas is one of the few regions where lettuce and cabbage can be grown during the winter months, making it a critical supplier when northern states are buried in snow. Thanks to this advantage, Texas produces over 1.5 million tons of cabbage each year, second only to California. The harvesting of lettuce and cabbage is a labor-intensive process. During harvest season, workers walk along the rows, cutting each head of cabbage and lettuce by hand and placing it into crates. Mechanized harvesters are also used for cabbage, a plant with tough leaves. Workers stand on these machines to sort and pack the produce into bins. These products can either be packed directly in the field for immediate sale or sent to cooling facilities for washing and shipping across the country. Compared to Florida, where vegetables are also grown during the winter, Texas stands out for its efficiency and production volume. Cotton has long been the crown jewel of Texas agriculture. The state produces 42% of the nation's cotton, with the High Plains region near Lubbock accounting for the majority of the harvest. In 2022 alone, Texas farms produced 7.5 million bales of cotton, enough to make billions of t-shirts. Harvesting cotton is a high-tech process, with massive cotton harvesters sweeping through the fields collecting cotton bolls and leaving behind rows of stalks. After harvesting, the cotton is compressed into enormous bales, each weighing over 20,000 pounds, or more than 9 tons. These bales are then sent to processing plants where they are cleaned and processed. Drought is one of the biggest challenges for Texas cotton farmers. Unlike states like Mississippi or Alabama, which rely heavily on rainfall, Texas farmers depend on extensive irrigation systems. Furthermore, cotton is highly flammable and fires can spread rapidly. Each year, Texas reports about 97 cotton fires, which can occur either in the fields or at processing plants. Texas not only feeds the nation, but also inspires it. However, this comes at a heavy cost. In 2021, Texas emitted approximately 13.7% of the U.S.'s CO2, nearly double the emissions of California, the second largest emitter. In other words, if Texas were its own country, it would rank 8th in the world for emissions. As a result, farmers here are trying to shift to greenhouse farming methods in order to use less water and fertilizer while still maintaining a high quality of crops. Greenhouse farming in Texas is now the largest sector in U.S. agriculture, valued at over $1.1 billion. In recent years, the state has surpassed Florida to become the largest producer of greenhouse tomatoes in the country, producing about 1.7 billion pounds annually. Berry production, particularly strawberries and blueberries, has also shifted to greenhouse farming and has become one of the top 5 states for strawberry production. Now, you can enjoy these seasonal fruits year-round from Texas. Bell peppers, capsicum, are another important crop transitioning to greenhouse cultivation in Texas. The state ranks second in the nation for bell pepper production, just behind California. Leafy greens are another key crop grown in greenhouses in Texas, helping to minimize pests thanks to the better controlled environment. Thank you for watching and sticking with the video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to join us on our next journey. Goodbye, and we look forward to seeing you on the next exciting adventure.